General Hospital Spoilers Jacinda blackmailed. A big mistake that cost Michael custody of his child. The halls of General Hospital are buzzing with secrets, betrayals, and a storm that threatens to upend one of Port Charles's most beloved families. In true soap opera fashion, just when Michael Corinthos thought he had found stability with his family, an unexpected player enters the canvas. Jacinda, whose actions, rooted in fear and manipulation, could strip him of his most prized possession, custody of his child. This explosive storyline promises to leave no Corinthos, Quartermain, or Davis family member untouched. Let's break down how Jacinda's blackmail spirals out of control, why Michael is suddenly on the losing end of a custody battle, and how this twist could forever alter the balance of power in Port Charles. Jacinda made her first appearance in Port Charles as a mysterious new face, someone who at first seemed to be nothing more than a struggling nurse trying to make a fresh start. She was charming, intelligent, and even managed to form quick bonds with characters like Willow and Sasha. Yet beneath her professional exterior lay a complicated past. Unbeknownst to the people of Port Charles, Jacinda carried with her a dark secret. She had once been tied to shady dealings in Miami, where she had become entangled with mob-adjacent figures. While she managed to escape that world, her past was far from buried. One wrong person finding out could destroy her career and her new life. But what no one expected was how that secret past would collide with Michael Corinthos' present life. It all starts innocently enough. Jacinda overhears a conversation between Michael and Diane Miller. In it, Michael discusses his custody arrangement and how he's determined to keep full custody of his child, despite lingering challenges from past court battles. For Jacinda, the mention of custody and courtrooms ignites panic.
Why?
Because the people from her past had resurfaced, demanding she deliver them leverage in Port Charles. Their target? Michael Corinthos. Desperate to protect herself, Jacinda makes a deal with the devil. She agrees to blackmail Michael, not because she wants to hurt him, but because she believes that by handing over information, she'll keep her own skeletons buried. Unfortunately, this choice becomes the fatal mistake that costs Michael everything. At first, Jacinda's blackmail is subtle. She hints to Michael that she knows things about his business dealings, things that could easily be twisted in court. Michael, assuming it's an idle threat, dismisses her. But Jacinda's handlers aren't bluffing. Soon, photographs surface of Michael meeting with Sonny in a backroom of Pozzolos. While the meetings were innocuous, discussions about family, not mob business, the images are damning when taken out of context. Worse yet, Jacinda manages to secure a recording of Michael expressing frustration with the court system and admitting he would do whatever it takes to keep his child. When Jacinda's handlers leak this to the press, Michael looks reckless, vindictive, and dangerously close to his father's mob lifestyle. The courts take notice. When the custody hearing is called, Diane is blindsided. Opposing counsel paints Michael as an unstable, dangerous influence who is willing to break the law to maintain control of his child. The photos, the recordings, and Jacinda's subtle testimony all align perfectly to cast him as a Corinthos tainted by Sonny's mob ties. Michael argues passionately for his rights as a father, but his anger in court only plays into the narrative that he is hot-headed and unfit. In a shocking ruling, the judge strips Michael of primary custody, awarding joint custody with significant restrictions on his visitation rights. For Michael, it feels like the ground has collapsed beneath him. The fallout from Michael's custody loss devastates Willow. She has stood by him through every obstacle: his war with Nina, his struggles with Sonny, his relentless focus on protecting their family. But now, she feels the rug has been pulled out from under them. Worse, Willow blames herself for not noticing Jacinda's manipulations sooner. Her guilt gnaws at her, threatening to unravel the strong, united front she and Michael had maintained. For the first time in a long time, cracks form in Willow. Meanwhile, Jacinda is drowning in regret. She never intended for Michael to actually lose custody. Her goal was survival, not devastation. But once the ball was rolling, her handlers forced her to continue playing her role. In a chilling twist, it's revealed that the mastermind behind Jacinda's blackmail isn't just random mobsters. It's someone in Port Charles with a vested interest in destroying the Corinthos family. The whispers point toward Valentine Cassadine, though others suspect Victor's remnants or even an unlikely alliance between Cyrus Renaud and Nina Reeves. Whoever is behind it, Jacinda realizes she is merely a pawn in a much larger chess game. Michael, gutted by the custody ruling, turns to Sonny in anger. For years, he has tried to separate himself from his father's mob world, believing it tainted everything it touched. But now, the very people who used to haunt Sonny are targeting Michael. Sonny issues a chilling warning. You can't outrun this life, Michael. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. They'll always come for you, through your family. Michael is left with a choice. Either accept the custody ruling and try to rebuild through legal channels, or embrace Sonny's darker path and fight back on the streets of Port Charles. The Quartermain family reacts to the news with a mixture of outrage and finger-pointing. Tracy, never one to mince words, scolds Michael for being careless enough to get caught on tape. Ned, trying to be the voice of reason, insists they focus on repairing Michael's image and finding a way to appeal the decision. But Brooklyn, still fiercely loyal to Michael after all they've been through, takes matters into her own hands. She begins investigating Jacinda, convinced that someone else is pulling the strings. Her digging may uncover truths Michael doesn't want to face. Willow, determined to save Michael, has her own run-in with Jacinda. During a heated confrontation at the hospital, Jacinda cracks under pressure and confesses that she never wanted things to go this far. Willow realizes Jacinda is being controlled. In a dramatic twist, Willow discovers a hidden burner phone in Jacinda's locker. The messages reveal instructions from an unknown number, messages that directly ordered Jacinda to set up Michael. Willow now has the evidence needed to turn the case around. But can she get it to Diane before Michael makes a rash decision that could cost him more than custody? This storyline sets up multiple possibilities for future drama. Michael's redemption arc. If Willow and Diane can prove Jacinda was blackmailed, Michael may regain custody. But the damage to his reputation will take years to undo. Jacinda's sacrifice. Consumed by guilt, Jacinda may decide to testify against her handlers. This could redeem her in the eyes of Willow but put her life in grave danger. Sonny versus Valentine or Cyrus. The mastermind behind Jacinda's blackmail will eventually be revealed, leading to yet another power struggle in Port Charles. Willow's breaking point. The stress of the custody loss and Michael's obsession with revenge could push Willow to make a heartbreaking choice about their marriage. This shocking storyline proves once again that General Hospital thrives on the intersection of family, power, and betrayal. Jacinda's blackmail may have been the spark, but the true inferno lies in the fallout. A Corinthos heir stripped of his child, a marriage tested by lies, and a community rocked by hidden alliances. As the weeks unfold, fans will be left asking, can Michael fight his way back to his child, or will this loss mark the beginning of his permanent downfall? And when the truth about Jacinda's puppet master finally emerges, will Port Charles ever be the same? One thing is certain. Michael's mistake wasn't just trusting the wrong person, it was underestimating how far his enemies would go. And that mistake cost him custody of his child.